most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand.
And he was like, you guys don't assimilate to our culture.
They're always mad
And I'm
about
just thinking,
something.
Yeah, they're always mad. I'm so sorry that we're not like assimilating to your victimhood, because we don't come from that like type of culture.
You don't come
We came
from
here, built businesses, put people in governed positions and mayors and Congress people, and you're mad that we're able to do that in 30 years, and it took you guys 300 years to even be recognized as human beings. You were 1/5 of a freaking human being, and you're angry that we were able to do that in 30 years.
Now, putting aside the obvious anti-Blackness that is coming from both of those statements, that is what they teach in their churches. That is how they speak about the Black community on their lives. Calling us victims because we have the nerve to call the U.S. out on its BS and its foundation of racism, a foundation of racism that kept us in chains for 400 years, and then burn down all of our towns and communities that we made after that just because they didn't want us to succeed, and then took out all of our leaders and the heads of our households systematically in many different ways through not only Jim Crow laws and physical violence, but systematically through policy that lasts to this day. And they're up here calling us victims for continuing to fight for not only our right, but their right to come in here 30 years ago and just skip to the end and create businesses that we fought for. They were able to come in here after all of the work was done, like the police in a scary movie, and make businesses and better themselves without having to deal with the amount of racism that our people fought to end. And they're gonna sit here and think that they did something special because they were able to come in this country and start businesses and run for office, things that they would never have been able to do without the blood of our people. Now that's where it started, that bit of superiority anti-Blackness that they have, because they never had to actually fight for the rights that they have in this country. So when the first Black woman president goes for office, they start demonizing her immediately. It was second nature for them to demonize her and to encourage people to vote third party and encourage people to abandon Biden and encourage people to punish her. It was second nature because they never liked us to begin with. It was nothing for them to vote third party or vote for Bone Spurs himself, because they did not view themselves as Black people. They didn't want us anywhere near their community, even though they took advantage of rights that they wouldn't have without us. Now, of course, now that Bone Spurs is attacking their community, sending the frozen people into their communities, no matter whether or not they are undocumented, it doesn't matter. That is something that the Black community tried to tell people in 2024. It does not matter if you have legal status. It does not matter if you are documented here or have a green card or have citizenship. He does not want you here. That has been plain to us from the beginning. But you think you're better than us. You think you are more human than we are, because it took us 300-400 years to be considered human in this country. And you came after the dirty work was done, that you thought you had a leg up. So obviously now that he's coming into your neighborhoods, you're going to keep that same energy, right?
President Trump and the base that is attacking our community. We understand that you are here to divide us, to create fear amongst us, and to selectively target the Blackest, immigrant, and Muslim community in this great state. President Trump has had a history of targeting Black people long before he ever ran for any office. And we know that the identity of who we are is part of the attack.
Nope. Stay over there. You want to pull the Black card now. You want to start talking about how he has always targeted Black people now, after he starts targeting your community, a community that did not see themselves as Black. Don't be Black now. Keep that same energy, bruh. Stay over there. The Black people ain't got nothing to do with it. Just like you didn't want to have anything to do with us. Stay over there. Y'all made that bed with your endorsements of Bone Spurs, with your anti-Blackness when it came to Kamala Harris. You made that bed for voting for Jill Stein. Where's she at, by the way? Is she speaking out for you? I only see her every 4 years. I never see her anytime in between, like at all. So nope. You can stay right over there and deal with the problems that you created for yourself. Don't be victims. Don't try to call out racism and blame your skin color now. You won't doing that before off of your 30 years of creating businesses off of Black people's blood. Keep that same energy. Y'all doing great.